Do you know what a perfect score is in golf? It'd be 18, right? There's 18 holes, and if you got a hole in one on every shot, a perfect score would be 18. Can you imagine that? I remember one time I got a hole in one in disc golf. And I remember it was amazing. It was about 200 feet out on a par 3, and I threw the disc, and it kind of found its way between the trees, and all of a sudden, ching. I couldn't believe it. I could have thrown that shot thousands of times and not made it. It was amazing. It was impossible. You know what the Guinness Book of World Records record is for the lowest golf score ever? It's a 55. That is an incredibly low golf score, but it's nothing compared to 18, right? Quite often we think of God's standard for His law. What He requires of us is simply trying our best, doing our hardest, being good enough. But is that truly God's standard? In Matthew chapter 5, Jesus says, "Be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect." And in Hebrews chapter 12, it tells us, "Without holiness, no one will see the Lord." You see, God's standard isn't to do your best or try your hardest, but to get a perfect score, a hole in one every time. Be perfect and holy, just as He is perfect and holy. But that's impossible, right? How can God hold us to such a high standard? Doesn't He realize we're human beings after all? God can hold us to this standard because He Himself is perfect and holy in every way. And this is why we need Jesus. Jesus did the impossible. In every thought, word, and deed, He never sinned once. He perfectly loved God and perfectly loved His neighbor as Himself. And yet God tells us something incredible. In 2 Corinthians chapter 5, where He writes this, "God made Him who did not know sin to become sin for us, so that we might become the righteousness of God in Him." It describes a great exchange, that Jesus, who is perfect and holy in every way, He took our sin and was punished for it. And in exchange, He gave us His holiness, His righteousness, His perfection. This occurred on the cross, and the benefits of it become ours by faith in Him. Will you ever get a hole in one in golf or even disc golf? Maybe not. But we can be sure that God views us as perfect and holy in His sight because of His Son, Jesus Christ, and what He has done for us. Amen.